If you are serious about what protein you use, then use what Jersey Jay-Z uses. Equip Foods Protein. Order yours now at equipfoods.com and use the promo code JerseyJZ for a special discount.
What's up, guys? Joe Zapata here. Thursday night, I'm here with bodybuilding legend Gregg Valentino. What's up, Gregory?
What's up, Joseph? How you doing, man?
Good. Are you going to plead the fifth?
I'm pleading the fifth, brother. I plead the fifth. I did not do anything wrong. I hate that fucking guy.
That fucking guy. Yeah, we're going to talk to him.
The advice of my counsel, I plead the Fifth Amendment. Shut up.
Yes. Today's a special show because today we will be giving out free IBI Pro cards today. Free Pro cards going out.
Get your Pro cards.
Get your Pro cards here. We'll be giving out any Pro cards to everyone. You know, we'll have a couple of rules, though. You have to have a gym membership. Got to be over 18, and you got to at least eat 10 grams of protein a day. And if you do that, I have a picture right here of the Pro card we'll be giving out to you. You'll get it. Just tell me what it is. I'll be sending it out. Here's the picture of the Pro card that you will receive.
There you go. Look at that.
This is the Pro card. Get your Pro cards here. Get your Pro cards. There's your Pro card. Momo card right there.
IFBB, International Fat Boys Bureau.
Yes, that's right. And you'll also get a certificate that says Momo from Momo University that you are actually a personal trainer and you know it all.
I like that, Joseph.
That you are the certified.
Your official Momo.
You're official Momo. You know it all. Okay, and you are.
I like that.
You have it. You know it all. So again, we're giving out Pro cards today and tonight's show.
I like that. That's nice.
Yes, we are. We're going to give
They were just talking about that. I just did a show. I just finished doing a show, Big Frank and everything. And they were talking about there's a show coming up, and the kid Matt, that I guess he owns. What's the bodybuilding site, Joe? That I just remember where? Oh my God, Chris Aceto's kid. The one that you sent me.
Yes.
The link. Mm-hmm. That guy's show. He looks like Stephen A. to me. I
know who you're talking about. Yes.
His name is Matt. He's a nice kid. I just did a show.
Discord. Muscle Discord, right?
Is that it? Muscle Discord.
Yeah, Muscle Discord.
He was telling us that there's a show coming up, Joe, that they're giving out 130 fucking Pro cards at.
Get your Pro cards here.
Get your Pro card here. Soon they're gonna have it on the back of like root beer bottles.
Yeah, look, get your Pro cards. Yep.
You get a free Pro card.
Yep, exactly. Say a couple hello to people in the chat. Somebody wrote in the chat, said his name was Richard. He says, tell Greg that thank you for supporting Dave and having his back during the Aceto situation. I said,
thank you, Richard. Yes, Dave knows I fuck that. Aceto's a fucking quack.
Greg Hoffman said, let's fucking go, my bros. Yep, that's right. What's going on? Tranny Bush.
Greg Hoffman, what's going on? Tranny Bush.
Tranny Bush, another new name. Greg, do you believe that whites went to Africa to get slaves so they could not date our fat or ugly white women, so whites didn't have to? I don't know what that is.
This is so stupid. Why? First of all, if you had any kind of knew any history there, Tranny Bush, you would know that it wasn't white people that enslaved them. They enslaved their own people and then sold them to the Portuguese, with the slave traders, and so were the Arabs, the fucking Egyptian, whatever they are, the Arabs.
Yep.
They're the ones that start all that shit.
James Kirkpatrick said he is a weasel. He is a weasel. That's what he says. Kirkpatrick says he is a weasel.
He's talking about Dr. Fauci, I believe.
Yeah, I guess he's talking about Dr. Fauci.
I plead the fifth. I did not. Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Well, you're going to get a Pro card. We're going to give you a Pro card, James Kirkpatrick. Okay, you're going to get a Pro card today. Congratulations. You're going to get your Pro card. We're giving them out today because if all you got to do is have a gym membership and you get a free Pro card.
Oh, you have to just be on the show and you get a Pro card. Like and subscribe and you get a postcard.
You get a Pro card. Like and subscribe.
I said a postcard.
It's the same thing. It's worth the same amount.
Yeah, it's worth nothing. Now you know.
What'd you say?
I'm sorry. You know what? Also, I was told that they might start where if you have an IFBB Pro card, it might be like worth nothing, null and void if you don't compete in a big IFBB show. So in other words, you're getting your pro card, but it's not going to be worth shit. You understand? It's almost like winning the lottery, but you don't get the money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So if you
it's
don't
crazy.
compete as an IFBB pro,
Mm-hmm.
the
It's
card's
crazy.
null and void.
They're giving them out like crazy. Like, you remember back in the day how hard it was to get a pro
Oh
card?
my God, it was impossible.
Now they just give them out, hand them out. Daniel says, Joe and Greg, what's going on, guys?
What's going on, Daniel? How you doing?
Good. John Soldi, what's up,
John
boys?
Soldi, how you doing, brother?
John, I gave Greg your message. He was a little bit under the weather, Greg. So,
Well, I was for some of you guys might be wondering why Joe Pietro and I didn't do the show. Is I was in the hospital yesterday because I had like the gall where my gallbladder was. There's a stone there, and they wanted to take it out. And they left me in the hospital for like 24 hours and had me fasting, and it was horrible. It's a long story, but I didn't get the procedure. They kept putting it off, and I'm like, what the fuck you got me here for? So that's why I missed Joe's show yesterday. But we're gonna make that up. Has nothing to do with nothing with me and Joe. So some of you idiots that asked that, because Joe told me people were asking it. We talked. I was in a hospital. I just got home. So
yes, 100%.
but I'm okay. My health is fine. It's a long story. But.
Yep. Greg Hoffman says, I need a pro card. Well, guess what, Greg? You're getting a pro card. You're getting a pro card.
Get your pro card here.
Congratulations. You got your pro card too, Greg. You
Yes.
deserve one. Everyone's getting a pro card tonight. Free pro cards. We're giving them out. Greg says, does it come with a mirror from Planet Fitness? Yes, it does.
Oh, God, a mirror from Planet Fitness. Why, are they giving out mirrors now, or you can't be in a mirror?
I don't know what it is. The Big Bad Bear says, can I get one of those pro card certificates? You know what, Big Bad Bear, you can. We're going to give you one of those Momo certificates. We're going to give you one of those. They're really hot. That means you're an expert in everything. It means you're an expert.
This is the other guy. This is the other guy. This is the biggest bad bear.
The biggest bad bear. Okay, well, that you got a Momo certificate from Momo University. Means you're an expert in everything. Personal training.
Means you're a real Momo. When people don't believe it, you say, listen, I'm a fucking Momo. Here's the certificate.
Yeah, here's the certificate. That's right. We're giving them out and everything. Let's see. Knight Rider 12 says, guys, please don't talk about who was the best bodybuilder from that Japan show. That last after our shows was painful.
Oh my God, Knight Rider. Boy. I sat there because it was John hosted it, so he didn't really know what to talk. All he had to do was talk with me. I could have fucking steered that.
Yep.
I was sitting there like, that was some fucking boring show. Oh my God in heaven. Wow.
Yeah. What did you think of Dr. Fauci? Huh? What do you think of that fucking idiot?
Dude, for you to, you know what you look like, fucking pleading the fifth and shit like that all the time. I guess first of all, the reason why they're doing that is because he got a fucking pardon. What do you need a pardon for if you didn't do anything wrong?
If you didn't do anything wrong, why do you need a pardon?
What do you need a pardon for?
Exactly right.
They knew that you were fucked. Because they were in on it themselves.
Oh yeah.
Okay, do you know how many people died during COVID? Do you know how many? I have friends that have passed away and have parents that passed away. You know what I'm saying? And I could have been one of them because they had me on that ventilator. If I didn't fucking pull the things out and pull that pipes out of my mouth, I might have been fucking one of them. Because what's his name? RFK said that what killed most people was going to the hospital and then being put on a ventilator. You don't understand that you don't need a ventilator only in severe cases when somebody cannot breathe on their own. I pulled it out and I said to them, look, I can breathe. Like that. That's like, and I say, don't put that fucking thing near me. They were all scared because I started getting angry. But I'm saying, this guy is responsible for. My friend's father died, and I remember he was telling me I had to look at him. He was in like an old age home, and the father was waving to him from a window way up there and shit. It was horrible. And then he died in there. So.
So it's funny at my job, we had a lot of people there, and I was part of the committee because people were getting sick in the whole COVID. This when COVID first came out, and they were saying we should make it mandatory to get the vaccine. I said, wait, guys. I said, we are not making it mandatory. We're not going to just put something in our body we don't want to. If someone on the team does not want to put it in their body, we had meetings about this. Like they shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. Okay, make it the discretion. But people from HR were saying, "Oh, Joe, they should probably get the vaccine." This and that. I'm like, look. No, I don't think so. So it was a lot of stuff going on. These people fighting with these people at work.
People lost. Did you see Brandon Moreno yesterday? He was even telling the story how they were at a football game or something, and a whole family got pulled out of mother, father, children, all, and they were arrested because they didn't wear masks and stuff. You know, you don't realize with that guy, with that Fauci done. I know a lot about that shit. You know, first of all, he came up. What's the science behind 6 feet? There was no science. He just came up with a number.
He just came up with a number.
6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the mask. At first, he said, when they first started coming out with that shit, oh, COVID, you know, when you first heard about it, he was like, nobody needs to panic. Don't worry. The mask, what's the mask gonna do? Stop a little spittle? It's not airborne. It's not. The next thing you know, he's telling you wear a mask. Then he's saying wear 2 or 3 masks. And you know, he got such an ego that what it was the Democrats needed a way to beat Trump. So they had the mail-in ballots, which were all fake. Now that we found that, you know, we're finding out now that there's so much fake ballots. And then, you know, they also fucking used this and made Trump look like the fucking scapegoat. But the joke is on them because, look, that motherfucker came back and now he's president again.
Yep.
But this cocksucker Fauci killed a lot of people. And he was like, he was almost like, I'm like God. I can, whatever I say, they listen to. And it like, dude, you piece of shit. You fucking, you know, God's got a fucking place for you. It ain't heaven.
No. And, you know, they're all like, oh, let's get the Epstein files. What about this guy and all his shit, you know?
Joe, you know what the fucking funniest part of that is? The Democrats yesterday were like, they're trying to prosecute this man and disparage him over something that happened how many years ago, right? It's you know, five years ago, this stuff, and blah, 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 blah. They're going on and on. Meanwhile, that's what the Democrats are saying. Meanwhile, they won't let go of the January 6th shit.
No,
January 6th.
exactly.
And listen to me. No Trump people. First of all, nobody got caught with guns in here. So there was no shooting. There was no fires. None. And the people that were climbing up, that was Antifa. This is a fact. They already know this. Antifa wearing Trump hats. Dude, they were wearing hats, fucking masks, sunglasses, backpacks, dressed in black, skinny fucking white dudes, fucking with shields and stuff, breaking windows. Does that look like MAGA? No.
Anthony Zamboni says Gregg was about to jump off his roof when they spent an hour talking about Babe Ruth versus James on After Hours.
He kept saying this guy Babe Ruth, and I'm like, oh, dude, Babe Ruth was the best baseball player. And they're like, okay.
Well,
I
Anthony,
had a fucking...
Yeah, Anthony, with that comment, you're going to get a pro card. Congratulations, you're going to get a pro card.
It's a Momo certificate because you are a Momo.
Yes.
Now listen, Anthony, all joking aside, Anthony. And I was fucking... That shit was killing me. They keep talking. I don't even know who these guys are. And they're talking about it like they're so upset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everyone's all upset. Like I said, I didn't know who. I didn't care less who won.
He should have won. The other guy won. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Anyway.
John Mancini, hope everyone's well. Yes,
John, what's
you're
going
going to
on,
get a pro card too. You got to be a freak. Can I get a pro card? Flea Market Classic.
Absolutely.
There's our man. You got to be a freak who does the best videos.
You definitely got it, brother.
Yeah, you got him. The biggest bad bear says it was great watching that one podcast where Lee Priest straightened out Milos.
Yeah, Lee don't pull no punches, brother. He's like that even when you're with him. He just tell it the way it is. He don't give a shit. He don't give a shit.
No, he does not. We got Richard says Caitlin Collins, Dylan Mulvaney, Bud Light commercial. It has to happen.
Listen, Caitlin Collins and Dylan Mulvaney are two fucking... One's a fucking nutty dude, and the other's fucking... Caitlin Collins is fucking shot. I like when fucking Trump like put her like in her place. You know, these people, they're all like... Dylan Mulvaney is still a guy. You understand? Like, he didn't really transgender. That's all like an act, you know. He was a gay dude that went on some fucking game show and won. And did you ever see that? It was a whole fucking thing. Yeah, that's disgusting. That's not a tranny. Sorry, guys.
Holly says, you'll need to do your research on Matt from Muscle Discord. He's the most hated podcaster out there because he's negative on every bodybuilder. I don't really listen to him that much, but once in a while he pops up.
I never watched him before. I told him you're the Stephen A because he looks like Stephen A and talks to Stephen. He's a nice guy. I don't know. You know, Holly, I got along with, but the most hated man, the real most hated man, right here. I'm the most hated man. Remember the article, the most hated man? Do you think I give 2 fucks? No.
Yep. James Kirkpatrick says, I don't even work out. No pro card needed. Well, you're going to get one then.
Well, you know what? The fact that you don't work out, but you're watching Bodybuilding Podcast, you get a pro card and an official Momo certificate.
That's right. And John Mancini said Gregg's mother-in-law should get a pro card now.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine that?
They would give her a pro card for the fucking... in the
Yeah.
Yeti class.
I mean, she's got a
Holy
back.
shit.
She's got a back that.
When
Ooh,
she shaves her back, brother,
ooh.
you can see all of.
Yeah.
Oh God, the thought of that! You can make a carpet out of that.
Mhm. What do you guys use to shave her back? A rake?
A lawnmower.
Lawnmower? Okay. I didn't know what you use.
A lawnmower. You know what? The one of the ones that go like this. You know, it doesn't have a.
I wasn't sure what you used. Greg, I was going to ask you, we were talking about this. Obviously, I had a situation close to me that you know about privately. When is the right age to take performance enhancing drugs or peptides? When is the right age? What do you think?
If you're looking to be a pro bodybuilder, I still think you shouldn't take anything to your old. You know, you're going to get guys at 22, 23. I still think that that's too young because your testosterone is going through the ceiling. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and listen, when what's his name, Phil Heath was 22. He was playing college basketball, and he wasn't. He was real muscular, but he wasn't jacked, and he wasn't taking steroids. People think you got to start when you're young. So if you're like 16 years old and you've had hair on your dick maybe 3-4 years, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You just discovered masturbation and shit like that. You're tap into your own testosterone. You don't need testosterone.
No.
There's nobody on this planet that's 16, 17, even 18. You will fuck up your own hormones. It doesn't matter whether it's anabolic steroids, SARMs,
Forms.
peptides,
Peptide.
any of that stuff. You don't need that stuff. You're too fucking young. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna fuck up what happens down the road for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's pay me now or pay me later. Look at a lot of pro bodybuilders look like shit once they're done competing and go off steroids.
Yeah.
You know, the only reason why I still have any muscle mass and I only train twice a week and look at my legs, it's because I was built before. Do you understand? Body goes back to what you were. But if you're young and you're in like high school, because once Joe, the gym I train at, I get a lot of kids that are on the SARMs. They think, well, it's not steroids. They would take steroids, but they just wouldn't know how to get them. But they can get SARMs off the internet, so that's what they do.
Yeah.
SARMs and peptides, you know. And I tell them, oh, you're fucking out of your mind. You know, everybody thinks that those things have no side effects. You're crazy. Even the GLP-1. When you get off that shit, you're fucked. You're going to be a fat slob again. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm just telling you is, if you fucking always looking for that edge, it's different if you're a young guy and now you're in your 20s, let's say, and you're playing a real sport, not bodybuilding. That's not a real sport.
Now, what about if you're like NFL possibly drafted? Now, there's a little bit of a black area.
That's when you're there first. Listen.
Correct. Get there first.
Let me explain something to you. All you guys, and I'm not shitting on anybody's parade, you got to get the best you can, be natural. So then once you take your drug, you
take off.
You know what I mean? Right. You take off. If you shoot your load, it's like jerking off before you get laid. It's not going to be happening the way you think. Listen to me. If you have a money contract, a chance to be in like the NFL or pro baseball player, suppose something, and you want to fuck around, then it's a different story. But to be Mr. Mall, walking around jacked, or be like, you know what nobody understands when you're a kid is that if you're the best kid now at high school, let's say football or high school wrestling or high school, once you go to college, they take the best kid from this town, the best kid from that town, the best. So you're going against other kids who are just as good as you. Do you understand? Like you're not that kid that's elite anymore. Like every one of these baseball players, even the ones that suck right now, were once superstars. Oh, I went to high school with that kid, bro. You don't know. He used to pitch no hitters every day and hit home runs. And now he's like riding a bench, maybe on a fucking back and forth between AAA and a he's not, because, in the land of the blind, the man with one eye rules. You know what I mean, right?
Yep.
So, but when you get with other fucking guys who are all fucking one eye, you're not special anymore. You understand? Then nobody else is blind. See, that's all I'm trying to tell you. Get to your best naturally.
Yep.
Okay?
I think the problem too is that when we were growing up, there was no social media.
Right.
Okay. So now we were not influenced by kid TikTok
100%.
videos saying, oh, you can get this. You could be a trend twins. You could be this. You could be that. And you're like, oh, wow, that's cool. And then that starts.
They start watching. Joe, you know what the problem is? You're 100% right. Social media has all these young guys. He's 17 years old. Look, he's fucking benching 500.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. But you know what's going to happen when he's 30? even as low as 30. You think like, oh wait, 30 is young, bro. You have no idea. It's not going to be like that forever. Okay,
Mhm.
it's going to be Sunday's news on Monday. I don't know the Trent twins. I wish them the best. I've never met them. You know what I mean? I've seen little video clips here and there.
Mhm.
But as they get older, they're not going to be. So my advice to them is they're making money doing this shit. Okay, and a
Mhm.
lot of money. My advice to them is take all the money you can get, invest that shit, and do what you got to do with it. Like Daniel Bergoli, Cash Me Outside Girl. Okay, make all the money you can because that's one day that ship is going to sail. Now, once I've heard that one of those brothers has already been in and out of the hospitals for liver and this and you're young.
Mhm.
Wait till you're older, bro.
Yep.
Wait till you're older. So you kids that are thinking about this shit, and you have some kid in your class that's on steroids or on fucking SARMs or on fucking peptides, and he's jacked and everybody's kissing his ass and he's great at sport. Don't worry about it because when he gets old, he's already peaking. He's
Mhm.
forcing his peak. He's forcing himself to peak.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
Don't
100%.
think that they don't shut your testosterone down. That's not true.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever took the Babanya, I must have been 27, around there, maybe around
But by
27.
then, your testosterone usually peaks. Not everybody's different. Everybody has a
Yeah.
different age where they peak. But by then, your testosterone peaks and stuff. If you want to
Yeah.
fuck around,
Yep.
but if you're 16 years old, you can
No,
stunt your
16 years
growth.
old is a little
You can
bit
stunt
different.
your growth in height and everything. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You
100%.
stunt your growth. You force your growth plates to close. You're making your body feel like it's a grown man, and that's no good.
John Mancini said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Greg. Hope you're okay." Yes.
Thank you, John. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't have any symptoms really. You know what I'm saying? But that almost fucked me up. Just staying. I can't fast and not.
Yeah.
Plus, I couldn't sleep. And my girlfriend's with me, so we're laying in there for I hadn't slept in like not 48 hours, but almost 48 hours. And then I hadn't eaten in like 18 hours or so.
Yeah.
Nothing. And
I,
I'm like the incredible shrinking man. And it's not about shrinking, but it's about you fucking keep telling me, okay, they keep putting other people ahead. Oh, we can't. We got another emergency. Just sit tight. We'll do it at 10, and then it's 11:30. Oh, we'll do it then. Nah, and then to come back at 2 o'clock. Then you know, I was like, fuck this
put up
shit.
with them. Yep. Exactly. When you had when you're in the hospital, I've never had a tube down my throat. I've never had a tube down my throat, but I heard it's very uncomfortable. It's
Joe,
like I've had it in my peen, like a catheter in my
be
dick,
surely God, yes, I've had that a
but
few
never
times.
down my throat. I don't know, man. That must have been tough.
Joe, the worst part is you're tied down.
Oh,
Do you understand? You're tied down. They usually strap your hands down, or some people they put the mitts on, so
mhm.
you can't. You know what I mean?
You can't pull it out.
Nope.
That's crazy. I'd be like, get this fucking thing out, man. Because you could
I,
breathe. You could breathe, right? And that's must have been like,
I had no problems. You stuck that in me, and I can breathe. You know what I mean?
mhm,
What was your criteria? You know what
mhm.
I mean? I made a fool of them. Because I told them I can breathe. I pulled them fucking pipes out the mouth. This wasn't yesterday, guys. That's when I had the throat cancer thing.
The throat cancer stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I could breathe. That was terrible.
Yeah. Why did they do that and incubate all those people with that stuff?
Because they were getting money. Listen, my son's married, right? And his wife's cousin had bronchitis.
Mhm.
He's always had it since he was a kid. So he went there and excuse me, he went to the hospital
COVID.
and corona, and then they told him, listen, you got bronchitis. We're gonna put you on a ventilator. It'll help you. It'll clear up your lungs and all this stuff. We recommend that. So he called his family because they don't allow family in there. You know what I mean? The family.
Mhm.
So you're in there. I was in there by myself, and so the guy called his family, and he told them to put me on a ventilator for a day, and they said it should clear me up and I should be okay. So he let them do it. They put him on a ventilator. They probably tied his hands down just like they tied mine down, and sure enough, he was on there for like a week. It wasn't a day. It was a week. And
Mhm.
he started getting sick because the ventilator, when you stick something in the lung sees it as an invader, so it starts to secrete,
Yeah.
like shit. You know what I mean? Fluids.
Mhm.
And he also, an infection got in the mask and ate all of his face. And by the time he was done, he was dead.
That's fucking crazy.
And that's what Dr. Fauci did.
John Salty said, "Oh my God, Greg, I'm getting mine done very soon. Go about it." I mean,
oh man, when I got the gallbladder done, it wasn't bad, John. But when I had the ERCP because I had 2 stones lodged in my, in my tubes there, and that's what fucking caused. Oh my God, that I was here. Excuse me, I was in there. It was 2 weeks. Sorry, I'm yawning. You're not boring me. I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep in those
you didn't
days.
get any bang.
I did shows all day today. You have no idea with Big Frank and that guy Wes. Not Wes, Matt.
William Allen said, "Anyone interested in Shark Week? I've been checking it out. I'd rather stay
I
on
watched
land."
some of that shit, Matt. I hate when they do when a guy goes down, swims with the shark, and he touches the shark. It all depends on where you are, and whether the sharks are hungry. Like, that shark can turn on him like that, and eat. Don't believe that. Like, oh look, he swims with sharks. Tell those fucking guys from in that World War II with the fucking boat that fucking sunk, and they had like fucking 1,500 guys floating in the ocean. I forgot the name of the boat.
Yeah.
And literally, the sharks ate like 700-800 of them.
Yeah. Well, you have your mother-in-law visiting, so that's whale week for you.
Well, let me tell you something. She'd jump in the ocean, and the water would fucking. There'd be no more fun. The sharks are afraid of her. She'll throw a fart like this in a fucking, and it would be like a tsunami.
Daniel says, "How about the two of you start a Momo Pro show?"
We should. You get a Momo
right?
card.
Yeah, you flex your biceps and then you stick a dildo in your ass or something. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
Or whatever. Or you have to blow a tranny. Who knows? Something crazy. Tranny Bush. Speaking of trannies, Tranny Bush. What's your opinion on mud sharks?
Mud sharks? What do you mean, like a shit, a turd? I'm not sure what a mud shark is.
No, I don't know what it is either.
I don't know. You got me on that one.
Says Biden and Biden's cabinet need to be locked up.
Dude, let me tell you something. Biden is such a god. He doesn't even know. If you asked him about Dr. Fauci, he'd be like, "Who? What? Who's he talking about?" He has no idea. He has no idea. He's fucking shot. Did you hear the tapes? When he had those tapes with Robert Hurtis, he was like, I can't.
Yep.
100%. Dude, any of you people that really think that Joe Biden was, I don't think he even knows he was president.
Anthony says, Greg, maybe it wasn't a thing back then, but what were your test levels, blood work, like when you were at your Barbania peak?
I have no idea. Never got him checked. I was winging that shit. Dude, if I went to a doctor and he saw what I was doing, he would have been like, stop. He wouldn't be checking your test levels come up. They're a little bit high. You know what I mean? I don't know. All I know is when I got arrested, I was pissing brown. That's not good.
No, it's not. My brother George is there. He says, I need a pro card. Well, you got one, George. Pro card.
And it's an official Momo certificate, George.
You're going to get it. You're going to get the Momo certificate and everything. You get your pro card and everything. That's what we're giving out here today on today's show.
Yes.
All right. What it says, James Kirkpatrick says, I have a family member by marriage. COVID was Trump's fault. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
There's a lot of family. How is it Trump's fault? Trump didn't like Fauci. Fauci hated Trump's guts. You got to see the shit that Fauci used to say about him and stuff. It's funny.
Yeah.
Fauci was Fauci was the go-to guy. They tricked. First of all, Trump's first year, he was tricked in a lot of people. Look at he's the one who hired Christopher Wray, FBI guy. Because he listened to other people's advice. That's why this one's so different this time.
Yep.
But you can't argue, dude. You can't argue with those people.
Yep.
When you got Trump derangement syndrome, bro, it's impossible to argue with them. They'll tell you you're out of your mind.
Anthony Zamboni says, Greg, you spoke too soon. How about them Red Sox?
Oh, Anthony, listen to me. Anthony, unless the Yankees make some monster moves. And I do got to say one thing. The Yankees they have a lot of guys hurt.
They do. You got to think about it. They got a lot of people hurt.
I mean, he even got Carlos Rodon's not pitching. You got Clark Schmidt, who's not pitching. And, you got a few guys that are still out, right? But then you don't have Giancarlo Stanton. You don't have Judge. You don't have Bellinger. You understand what I'm saying? Those three guys alone. I mean, that's an all-star team right there. But I got to give the Red Sox credit. They fucking, the Red Sox scare me. They could lose every game and win only one game in playoffs and the playoffs, and they scare me because
Mhm.
they rise up to play the Yankees. And by the way, Anthony, if you're a Red Sox fan, you should thank us
Mhm.
because you guys sucked dick until you played the Yankees. And the Yankees kept saying, "Here, I don't want this game. Take it. Here,
Mhm.
I don't want this game.
Yep.
Take it. Here, you take this game." Now, look at the Yankees yesterday. I left there with fucking 4-0 and shit like that. Next thing I look, and they lose 6-5. They don't hit either. They
Yeah.
got almost no hit today.
I think Volpe's got to go.
Oh, there's a lot of guys on that team that they just dude. You're not going to tell me that every fucking game, every time you play a team, they played the Nationals, and the Nationals gave, "Here, we don't want it. Here, you take it." They were losing. There's guys pitching one hitters. The only one hit. The Yankees have 3 hits, but they'll win the game because there was 2 guys walked in. A guy hits a home run, so we got 3 runs, and the other team got 2 runs, so we win the game. But they only got 3 hits. They're not hitting the Yankees. They're terrible.
They're crazy.
Don't think for one second. I think if right now I wouldn't want to play the Red Sox in the playoffs. No way.
You know who was my favorite Yankee in the 80s? Ricky Henderson.
Yeah,
I love Ricky Henderson.
I like Ricky when he used to talk about himself in the third.
Well, he always talks about himself in the third person. There's a funny story. You ever hear the story? When he got traded to the Oakland A's when they won the championship, he came into Tony La Russo's office because the paper was saying, "Oh, it's a bad trade because Ricky talks about himself in third person, very cocky. He's not a team player." So Ricky saw that and got really upset about it. So he goes into La Russo's office and says, "Ricky's a team player." So he goes, "Okay, well, everyone else here." And he goes, "When can Ricky steal?" And he goes, "You can steal anytime you want." And he goes, "No, Ricky's a team player. Ricky's going to steal when you tell him to steal." And he goes, "Well, Ricky, you're one of the greatest stealers of all time. You can steal whenever you want." He goes, "Nope, Ricky's a team player. I'm going to steal when you tell me to steal." So he goes, "All right." So they go over the signs with him. They say, "This is the steal sign. Everything else is, this is the takeoff sign." Okay. But everything else is hot. And he's like, "Okay, no problem." Ricky's on first base. He gets a hit and everything. The guy gives him the sign, goes like this. Ricky steals second. That wasn't the sign to steal, but he's still second. So Russo's striking his head like, what the hell's going on? So he starts yelling at the third base coach who gave the sign. So the coach goes, "I didn't tell him to steal." So he goes, does the sign again, same sign. Ricky takes off for third, steals third base. Okay. So he was like, "What the fuck?" Right. So then, like a base hit happens. Ricky scores. He sits down. LaRusso goes next to him in the dugout. And so, "Ricky, I thought you were saying, you were a team player, but he gave you no sign to steal and you stole." Ricky's like, No. He told me to steal." He goes, "No, he didn't." He goes, "What does this mean?" He goes, "That means take off." He goes, "Yeah." And Ricky took off. So he thought that was the takeoff sign to take off, and he took off every time.
He was great. I loved Ricky Henderson. When he was a Yankee, I loved him. He still was a monster with the Yankees. The guy was fucking.
He was great.
I mean, he could hit home runs, everything.
Yeah. He's dead,
Yeah, I know he died.
He died, it was funny. He didn't cash like $100 million check or something. He didn't cash like $1 million check. Did you know that?
Really?
He took a check that was his first $1 million check, and he framed it, and he never cashed it. And the Oakland A's, when the accounting department was looking for, they
thought they lost $1 million.
They said, "What the hell?" And then they realized Ricky Henderson never cashed a check. He just framed it on his wall.
Jesus Christ, man, that was. He could have cashed it and still kept it,
Yeah, exactly. Or he said that the Oakland A's could have gave him a fake check and just put it on the wall.
Yeah, give me a fake.
Exactly. Joe Matarazzi, yo, my guys, what's going on?
Joe Matarazzi.
John Mancini said, "Thanks, guys. I'm very much appreciated for the pro card. Everything going great. Thanks for asking." Yeah, get your pro cards. We're giving them out.
Get your pro card here. Get your pro card.
Skip, what's going on? Skip, how you been?
Skip, how you doing, brother?
What is going on, man?
Ricky, I love Ricky Henderson.
I love Ricky Henderson too, man. He was great. I loved him with
They don't make guys like that anymore, though, Joe. They don't make guys like that anymore.
No, they don't.
He had balls. He had fucking balls. He could hit, and he hit. Guys like that did shit in the clutch.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. Did you like Winfield, Dave Winfield?
No.
You did not like Winfield? No? Why not?
I feel like he was big, cocky, and didn't hit in the clutch. I like guys that are in the clutch. Like, Jeter, to me, was, kind of strange in certain ways, but he was great because he hit in the fucking clutch. Dude, that guy would fucking, He's second in the Yankees all time in home runs to Bernie Williams in the postseason.
Wow.
And he's not even a home run hitter. He's not a home run hitter. There's a reason why they call him Mr. November. There's a reason why they call Reggie Jackson Mr. October. Because those guys performed when the chips were down. You understand? Now, I know like last year when the Yankees were in the playoffs, they're like, oh, Aaron Judge batted .500. Yeah, but he didn't hit home runs. He got, you want your home run hitter to hit in a clutch. How many RBIs there? Hitting fucking ground balls up the middle is not Aaron Judge's fucking. That's not his thing.
No.
I want to see Aaron Judge fucking hit a 480-foot shot. That's what I want to see. When those great Yankees hit in the clutch, they knocked in runs, they made outstanding. I want to see an outstanding play to Judge made. All I remember is the one that bounced out of his mitt and fucking he caught right here like this. It wasn't like he did a snow cone or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. You know who was here actually recently, maybe a couple months ago, signing autographs? Remember Jesse Barfield?
Yeah, I remember Jesse.
Jesse Barfield? Yeah, he was here signing autographs and
But
stuff.
those are like the dead years to me.
Yeah, those are the bad years. It was in the 80s, but those guys.
Yeah, that's when like fucking Steinbrenner was the lunatic, and they were like, remember with all that shit? What was that guy's name? The guy that fucking he hired to fucking spy on Winfield. All this shit.
Yep.
I forgot his name. Remember, he was thrown out of baseball for like 2 years. George.
Yep. Natalia says hi, everyone. Oh, hi,
Hey,
Natalia. Holly says, how much are pro cards now? They used to be like $250. I think they're up to $300.
I don't even know, Holly.
I have no idea. Do you know?
Holly, they're out of control. Out of control. If you want to compete in a show, yeah, sure, you can have a coach. That's $200. Oh, and what do you want to do? You want somebody to oil you up backstage? That's another $200. I mean, they're just making money hand over fist now. It's a money making scheme.
Yeah,
it really is. It's not a real sport, guys. You know that, right? It's not sanctioned by anything. Nobody. No. It's just run by. It's a business. It's not a.
Yep.
I know what you're gonna say. Football's a business. Baseball's a business. But there's nobody that owns baseball. Nobody owns football.
Yep. 100%. That would be like Derek Jeter have to pay for his uniform or something like.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, what are we at Scores? Where the chicks used to have, girls back at Scores used to have to pay to work there.
That's right. I remember that. Yes,
like $300 a night, I think it was.
And then they had to pay their bouncer money or blow.
Right, but they made the money back. That's why they hustled.
Yes.
They would always drink I'll have wine or something, and it was never wine. It was a grape juice. Because if you bought a girl a drink all night, that fucking girl, but after a couple of drinks, would be like this, and she wouldn't be able to work. So I mean, I know the whole spiel. I worked in strip clubs and stuff. They didn't allow the girls to really drink. You thought you were buying her a drink, but she was,
Yeah, I worked at a couple clubs and with bouncing and stuff, and I remember the girls would give us a couple bucks, just to walk them to the car, make sure, because the people are just.
Oh, guys, I'm not doing Scores. They're fucking crazy.
Scores is nuts, but especially you get a lot of the celebrities in there, and they want a piece of ass, so they're gonna do whatever.
That's why those girls, you could be like this. You could look like Stephen Hawking, and they'd sit on your lap. Hi, handsome. You know what I mean? Why can't I fucking like your pussy? You know what I mean? Like it's like that kind of shit.
Yeah, you could be a celebrity and get someone like Grace Jones. Who knows? Anyone, you know.
You son of a bitch.
Oh,
you love.
John Mancini said Holly is probably 500 or more now. Just show is a 10,000.
Yeah, I don't even know. I am so far from fucking bodybuilding competition. Right? I used to be deep in it because I worked for the magazines, because that was my thing. But now I can give two fucks.
John Scuderi, what's up, fellas? What's going on?
Oh, John Scuderi, what's going up, John? How you doing, brother?
Am I allowed on if I behave? Oh, yes. What was it saying? John Mancini said, always the same. I'm very too busy. Good thing on time. What's up, John? Yeah, you don't even if you wouldn't even go to those shows anymore if they asked you, right? If Dave said go to a pro show, would you go?
Oh no, they'd have to I don't mean to be funny, but they'd have to pay me. You know what I mean? Like, I know that the show I'm doing with Big Frank and stuff, they want to. They're talking about, maybe we'll get you to the Arnold. Maybe we'll get you. I don't want to do that shit.
No,
you'd have to pay me, and you're not going to pay me enough, so I can't do it. I don't want to do that shit. I don't give a fuck about the expo. It's different when you're young and it's new to you, and you're, oh my God, look, there's Kevin LeBron. That's cool. But today, I don't even know who these pro bodybuilders are. The young kids today are all like, the Trent twins and the other. I don't give two fucks, bro.
Yeah, I know. I know it's not the same. John Mancini said an IFBB Pro Card application fee costs around 200 to
Yeah.
320 once earned. The total cost can reach anywhere. Imitation Pro and national qualifiers, several thousand.
It can be a lot of money. They get money for everything. They get you to fucking compete. You pay. It's just funny. They hit you. You know, pro. You got to pay for your pro card. You got to pay for everything you do. You know, going for a contest. That's what. If you don't win, it's going to cost you more money. You know, forget about it.
Always trying. Always. It's Windward Attack. Wow, what happened to him? Changed my channel name. What's up, guys? Long time no see. Good to see you. Wow, Windward Attack.
I'm sorry, I keep thinking of you as Winmore. How you doing, brother? We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time. Holly said it's definitely not $200 now. No, it's up there. You know,
I don't doubt it. They'll squeeze you. They want your firstborn.
yeah, exactly. And you know, it's not the same. It's not the same. You know, there's no money in it, really.
Not the same sport, though, Joe. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How can you make? Again, I forgot the show. The guy Matt was just talking about. They're gonna make a fucking show. 130 people are gonna become pros out of this show. What are you gonna do? Like, you know, to everybody, you know, it's good for. But the FBB is smart. See, because they know that people, that's juicy. I want to go into that show just to get, it costs you money, so they're going to make money for you to compete now.
Mm-hmm.
I want that name. If I can get an IFBB Pro card, right? Now I can do on my Twitter or my Instagram, Joe Matarazzi, IFBB Pro. So I can try to monetize that by having people think like I'm above everybody because I'm a pro, or that I can fucking train, like, I'm training people. Like Chris Aceto's son is training people. And shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, you know, but it has no worth. That's its worth. But they say if you don't compete, and you have to compete in a certain type of show, otherwise your pro card is just might as well put it up on a wall because it's not going to be valid. They're going to be, we don't recognize you. You haven't used it. So we we put the kibosh to it. Now, if you want to do it again, you can probably reapply. You'd have to go through this. You have to win another pro card. That's the way they are. They're going to do that shit. That's what I'm hearing anyway.
Yeah. Venom123 says, I always tell you young guys, remember, one day you'll have to come off and go back to being normal. Mentally, you have to be okay with that.
Yes, but the thing is, too, with young guys, it's everybody wants it now. And the case in point, if they came out with the iPhone 20 right now, or some new Wii game. We fucking suck 'em young. Whatever. They would fucking have a line of people who would actually sit and camp outside fucking like Best Buy. And it would go around the fucking block. Because I got to be the first guy to get that shit. And what you don't understand is if you wait just 1 week, there's no more lines, there's no more shit. And they got plenty in stock. But no, everybody's got to I need it like that girl in the movie. I want it now, Daddy. I want it now. Like in Willy Wonka. That's what it is.
Yep. Steve Z said, where's my Holly? Steve Z. All right. Anthony said, Greg, did you lose your license after you got out? I just lost mine for a bogus reason, and it's driving me nuts.
No, no, but you can't. But listen, Anthony, don't fuck around. You know, you could talk to a lawyer, see what they can do. But, you know, talk to the judge. If they can reinstate that shit. You know, I requested.
No.
But Anthony, if you got if you lose your license, you must have been fucking around. Don't fuck around. You know what I mean? And don't drive without a license, because whatever you're going to do, you're going to magnify it. You'll never get it back. You'll have to retake the test and do everything. And they'll put you back. So don't go to a lawyer. Talk to your lawyer.
John Mancini said, coaching and posing $3,600 to $12,000 annually for personalized trainer or prep oversight.
Yeah. Then you got to buy your food. You know how much food costs? You know, if you got to get, I'm eating fish twice a day. I'm eating skinless chicken. You know, by the time you add all that shit up, it's not like, well, here's a bag of Doritos and shit.
No.
You know what I mean? You're fucking, you know, I don't eat that shit anyway, Doritos.
No,
but,
no.
Yeah.
Morella, she eats a certain way now, and she's been lost. When you see her, you won't even recognize her, Morella, when you see her. Because she eats like, she follows Maria Emmerich and stuff, and she eats a certain way, keto, certain things. And
good for her.
Every day we got to go to either ShopRite because she has a certain schedule. We got to get fish and this and that. You know how much it is the cost of all that food?
Let me tell you, that's what people don't understand. You're eating chicken, fish, you know, to eat that kind of stuff. Even meats, like if you want steaks and shit. Right now, beef is at an all-time high. It's fucking crazy, man. You go through the, you know, and then you got to pay your guru. You know, which I don't believe in gurus, but whatever. And then you got to fucking pay for your drugs.
Yeah, that's a lot of money right there
Got for
too.
nothing. That people don't realize that by the time a pro bodybuilder goes for a show, if he's been on a diet for like 16 weeks or something like that, you know how much money he spent? Woo, a lot.
Holly said the coaches make more than the athletes.
Oh yeah, and I think that these coaches are all fucking full of shit. To be honest with you, Holly, you know they're just glorified fucking juice dealers to me.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. The coaches are the ones who get the juice for them, and that's what it is. They're the ones
And
who
they
get
play.
it.
All right, you know you got to start taking. Don't take the trend with this. Mix it with that. You know, they do that shit. But the thing is, when you're a bodybuilder, you think that. Do you think that like Ronnie Coleman really needs to learn? Like he knew what, like how to train, how to eat. You know,
Mhm.
he didn't need somebody. You know, but he used the guru because that's what they all do. They all feel like. I talked to Sean Ray. Sean Ray and I were at dinner together.
Mhm.
And he ate fucking quail. Blech. Anyway, we were at dinner together, and him and I were talking. And he was telling me I never needed a guru. I knew exactly how, you know, what I was gonna, you know, what I needed to do or what I needed to eat, so how certain foods affected me, how certain, you know, exercises,
Mhm. Yep.
drugs,
Mhm. Yep.
supplements. He knew. He already knew. You fucking know. You know that certain foods, oh, this bloats me. I feel like I'm, you know, this helps me to grow. You learn after years and years of training. You don't need no fucking guy to hold your hand. Are you eating enough skinless chicken?
Mhm.
Joseph, have
Mhm.
you been, you know, like, have you been eating too much rice? You know, like, get out of here with that shit. You know, I don't know. Most of the time, the gurus are the ones that adjust their drugs. Because, and even that, Dorian Yates, you know, Kevin LeBron, all those great bodybuilders back in those days, you know, they didn't need gurus. They didn't have gurus back in the days. That's something that came around the late 90s and shit, you know?
Mhm. Yep.
None of you guys had gurus. They had objective eyes. Some had trainers, partners, and shit.
Mhm.
That like, here, let me do a, you know, double bicep. Oh, you know, okay, I see that you look, you know, like when I used to compete, Carlin Coker used to help me, and Dr. Coker, and he used to tell me like, oh shit, you know, like, you know, you're Bob Gruskin, Peter Neff. They used to tell me shit like, give me an objective eye. Oh, you're holding water in your lower back. You got to try to do this,
Mhm.
do that, you know, shit like that. But they didn't have to, like, I knew how to train. You can't tell me how to train. I already know. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah, and if you're one of these gurus and you happen to just get lucky and one of these guys you train becomes Olympia, then your asking price goes
Oh,
through the roof, and you can kind of like Holly says right here. Branch Warren was very, very, very reasonable, but before him, I had to contacted Milos. I still got his prices were outrageous. See, that's what happens. You know, it's crazy.
Holly, I wish I trained at a gym near you. I'd help you, and I wouldn't charge you one penny, and you'd grow like a fucking weed.
100%.
Tell me right now.
Yep.
Those guys don't.
You know, Dave is
I
not too Dave is reasonable. I think Dave Palumbo is pretty
Yeah,
reasonable.
but you know, Dave's nutrition smart and all that stuff. But once you learn that, Joe, it's trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
If you needed a guru to help you for your first contest,
That's
okay,
one thing.
I
Yes.
get that. But when you've competed 50 times and you're now a pro bodybuilder, do you really still need a guru to help you? You don't know. By now, you know. Joe, you know which exercises to do. When you go in
Yes.
the gym, you pretty much have a good idea that, you know, I don't like doing curls like this or whatever because I don't feel it in the bicep. I need to do more of this. Or, you know, I do certain things for the tricep. I feel this, but I don't feel that I'm
Yep.
benching. I don't know. I feel it more in my shoulders. But when I do incline or decline, you know how you know from years of doing things, you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can tell you what you're supposed to feel. They're not. Nobody knows your body better than you. You
Yep.
know certain foods,
Mm-hmm.
Joe. There's certain foods you know that if I eat this, I'm gonna get fucking bloated.
Yep. I know.
You know it. You know
Mm-hmm.
I can get away with a little bit, but too much, I'm gonna get bloated. This I can eat. You know.
Yep. 100%. I was going to show you this. I don't know if you can see this, but on my phone, that's a call from John Alight. I spoke to John Alight, who's in Bergen County Jail,
Okay, what do you
and
say?
he called me. And we're setting up a call next week because he's on a schedule when he can use it. He's in Bergen County Jail here in Hackensack. And I spoke to Johnny, and I said to him, Johnny, you know, me and Greg were talking about you. I hope you get well. He's okay. He's doing okay. He says, he's thinking a lot. He says he has time. He's writing, but he says thank everyone who's supporting him. He says he said when he comes out, he will come on our show with us, Johnny. Like,
All right, because I know John. John and I've talked, especially
and
talked about his
he
daughter
said
and
it's
stuff.
not what you guys think. He says he's been sort of pinpointed by the government.
I already know what it is.
Yep, and he says his past. Obviously, he's being held up because of his past and everything that happened.
Yep, I already know what it is.
But
Gene
I did talk to
was
Johnny.
talking about it. Gene was explaining it, and I know exactly what it is. And he's being railroaded.
Yep, he's being exactly. And I hope
Being railroaded. There's guys who are wise guys who still think they're tough guys and still talk shit and stuff, and they're not locked up. Somebody had it out for them. It's a few things added together.
Yep. What does it say? Anthony says, did you guys see the fighter Rodriguez, who's headline UFC Saturday, just got released from Mexican prison in April? Great story. Yes, that's Daniel Rodriguez. I actually reached out to him. He was held in Tijuana jail with the cartel. Did you hear about this, Greg?
No.
So he got busted, I think, for marijuana or something down in Mexico, and then they threw him in the cell with all the cartel members and stuff. And just his story is amazing because then the cartel leader, he was protecting the cartel leader. He was fighting. A lot of things went crazy, and he was able to get out, and now he's fighting in UFC.
Nice.
It's a great story. It's really and I reached out to him, but he's a little bit busy right now, so he said he would talk to me later. Your boy Brian Pablo's here. Brian,
what's up?
Brian, you're gonna get your pro card. We're giving you a pro card tonight, Brian. You get your free pro card.
You get the free pro card and the Momo certificate.
Yes, you're gonna get a pro card and your Momo certificate. So, like you said, if you didn't know what it was, this is the official Momo certificate.
There you go.
Momo University. You are officially an expert in anything training. You're an expert. You know everything about going on, working out related. That's what it is, and we give you that, and we give you your first pro card. You get your pro card. You can start competing in your show whenever you want. Just show them the Momo card, and you will get your IFBB pro card. There it is. That's how easy it is these days.
That's it. Get your pro card here. Soon they'll have them on the back of fucking root beer bottles.
Yep, they'll soon be back there on your root beer bottle.
Diet root beer, you motherfuckers.
Exactly. Holly says, I bet Mr. G's watching Shark Week.
I don't know if he does. I got to ask him. I get his TV. The TV set I got here was his. He gave
Really?
Yeah, smart TV. When he was moved, he's like, I don't want to bring anything with me. Take it. So I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. What we got here?
Smart TV.
The biggest bad bear says the New York Yankees have roughly 12% to 15% statistical chance of, and plus 500 plus to 500 betting odds to win the World Series this year, making them the second.
Listen, I'm a Yankee fan.
Mm-hmm.
I bleed pinstripes, but if you ask me, do I think the Yankees? You keep hearing, oh no, you don't realize they have a great team. No, I don't know what you people are watching. I love Michael Kay. I get it and all that stuff, but there's no fucking way that's a World Series team. Not with that fucking bad bullpen. You know what I mean? Every team, they go on a winning spree. Oh, the bullpen's been pitching great.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit. Their starting pitching has to go 7 innings, and they're in trouble. Now, if they don't pull off a trade, and you know what I hate the worst? To all you Yankee fans, even a Boston fan. I don't know if you guys do this. I'm sure you do. I hate hypothetical trades, right? That's all that. I watch a bunch of guys, The Shift, the Yankees Avenue, a whole bunch of different guys, that grunt baseball. I watch a bunch of the different Yankee podcasts. That's what I watch. And every day it's another proposal. What if, here's a proposal. What if we gave Spencer Jones and fucking, what's his name there, fucking Dominguez, and maybe Will Warren, and we can get Paul Skeens or something like that. I'm like, dude, nobody's going to do that. You're out of your fucking mind. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're going to give them junk and get back a fucking jewel. It doesn't, and usually they hold the Yankees hostage.
Yep.
But still, there's all those hypothetical traits. Now the new one today is the Yankees are going to probably get Bryce Harper.
Yep.
Come on.
Boy,
come on with that shit. We should have had Bryce Harper 10 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
What's he, almost 40? You know what I mean? I don't. Stop the bullshit. Stop. I can't watch any of those trade proposal shit.
No, exactly.
Crazy.
Yep. Daniel says, so Joe, are you telling me I'm getting my Momo card, pro card, and I'll be the future of Momo bodybuilding? Sound familiar?
Yes, you are.
You're gonna be the future.
I get what he means by the future of bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave Palomo's not. And you're a smug little.
Smug little bastard. Yeah.
Oh my God.
John Mancini says, "Were you guys fans of Jose Canseco?" Yeah, Greg, you knew Jose.
Yeah, I met Jose. If you look at my book, you'll see pictures of me with Jose. I fucked up so bad because I had a needle. I was gonna fuck with Dave and John. They were doing an interview, sitting down with Jose, and I was with him, you know. And I was gonna put the needle on the floor and go, Jose, did you drop this? And I didn't do it because Dave was being a little bit cranky that day, and I was afraid that he was gonna be like, you know, this is when we worked for MD. We were all, you know, MD guys together.
Okay.
But no, I met Jose. Jose is, you know, he was nice to me. And that's a fucking tall motherfucker. He's got to be a 6'6", 6'7". He's huge.
Yeah. My buddy Steve is quiet tonight. Yeah, I guess Steve Z's quiet tonight. Right?
Steve, I don't know why he's quiet. I don't know. Maybe he's in a mood. Steven, where are you?
John Salty said, Greg, Ricky and Donnie Baseball were my favorite Yankees of the 80s.
Yes.
That's Strawberry and Dykstra.
Dude, it's. I'm telling you, Strawberry and I love.
You think Donnie Baseball deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
Oh fuck yeah, he does.
I
this
think
guy's in the Hall of Fame at fucking, you know, like Hal Baines and people. Listen, let me tell you something. I used to talk with Lenny Dykstra all the time. Him and I were a little bit buddies for a while there. He's a fucking crazy.
Yes.
Crazy man. And he loves fucking. He's crazy with the chicks too. He's fucking nuts. I love that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I know Lenny Dykstra.
I think Donnie definitely does. I mean, he didn't play a long career, but he's an MVP, batting title.
I love Donnie. Dude, Donnie Bing. He's another one. Clutch fucking hitter. Mm-hmm. Just clutch hitter. You know, I like Aaron Judge. I love the fact he's on money. He definitely is. He carries the Yankees. He's great. He's one of the all-time greats without a doubt. But he's not an all-time great clutch hitter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he was, we would have fucking beat the goddamn Dodgers because we could have had the Dodgers.
We had them. Yep, we had them.
At three of the 5 games they lost, we could have had them. We won the one, and we could have had the first game. We could have won a few games off them. We got fucked with that, John. Yeah. We got fucked.
Do you remember '95, Mattingly's last year when they made the playoffs and he hit that home run in the postseason? The place went bananas.
But he is those guys. They don't make those guys anymore. Look at Shohei Ohtani. Had fucking Tommy John surgery. Still played. He couldn't pitch. Mm-hmm. He couldn't pitch anymore. But that didn't stop his elbow still with all the fucking scars and bullshit on it. Still played and hit over 50 fucking home runs with Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
I think Bryce Harper too. Not fucking Aaron Judge. He stubbed his fucking toe and didn't play for 3 months. Giancarlo Stanton hasn't played since April, the second week in April. Dude, I don't give a fuck, but you're killing your own legacy when you do that shit.
John Klein, he says, I need a pro card too. I'm watching the show. Well, guess what, John? You're going to get your pro card tonight. We're giving you your pro card and a round of applause. Yes, you got your pro card. Thank you so much for joining.
And you get the Momo certificate.
Yes, and you're going to get a Momo certificate, John. You know,
means you know everything. Everything there is to know.
Yeah, everything you need to know. You are an official Momo Club member from Momo University. You're going to get your pro card in the mail, and you're going to get your certificate that you are now a certified professional and know everything.
You are a certified Momo.
Yes, right. John Klein. Thank you. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, Don Mattingly, they don't make them like they used to, man.
They don't make those kind of guys, though. They don't make those kind of guys. Not on the Yankees. Anyway, they're pussified. Michael Kay says it's the front office that, like, Judge really wants to play, but they're like, no, you're like, he's their investment. Maybe. But Giancarlo Stanton, bro, you haven't played since April. You had a pulled calf. Since April? Pulled calf muscle? You're going to miss the whole season with a pulled calf muscle?
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. I don't
Joe Matarat says the definition of pro is you get paid, not pay.
You're right.
You're right.
But you know what? John, Joe Matarat, you're 100% right. But the IFBB, they got you by the balls because they're the only girl in town. You want to see hot strippers? You go to a lot of these. I used to go. I went Mark Henry to a place. It was fucking City Lights or whatever. It was horrible. The girls are fat, ugly, Spanish. He loved every one of them. Mm-hmm. But you want to see the cream of the crop, you got to go to Scores. And to work at Scores, to be one of the hotties, you're going to pay.
Yeah.
You're gonna also, as a girl, you're gonna make money. I agree with you, but in this sport, the IFBB is the only girl in town. Now, come another fucking organization that's actually gonna pay the fucking pros and change everything around. Maybe get benefits. Maybe make it unionized, where it's a real fucking sport, not a business, not somebody's private business. It's a
Yep.
different story. It's like if you're ACE certified, right? I'm ACE certified. Okay, as a personal trainer means nothing. Somebody owns ACE. It's a jerk off. It's a jerk off fucking. And I saw some of you might be ACE certified. And you might be like, oh my god, you can't say that. That's the best certificate. No bullshit. You have to have, if you went to the Yankees and said to the Yankees, yeah, I'd like to be one of your trainers here. I'm experienced. I'm ACE certified. I've got the NASM. I've got, you know what they'd say? Goodbye. They'd say, let me see. You need a kinesiology degree. You need basically a fucking degree in physical education. And they also want you to be pretty much, physical therapist. Now you have that,
Yep.
You got to be like have master's degrees in that, and then maybe, but they don't recognize it because that's a privately. Joe and I could come out again with, our little
Our Momo
certification, a real cert, and to actually say you're Momo certified, and you can actually put it up on a plaque and say I'm Momo certified. It doesn't mean anything. It's all bullshit. IFBB is owned by somebody. It's not. It's not like the NBA.
No.
The fucking MLB.
No, 100%.
NFL. NHL, none of that's a different story.
Greg, one of my friends who used to go to Scores was good friends with a baseball player, and they used to go all the time. I think you know who he is, but I'm not gonna say his name. But he used to go. One of the girls there that he knew. Do you know how much she made on a weekend? I'm like, she would work Friday night and sometimes Sunday night, but mostly she would work Friday night and Monday nights. But let's say Friday night and Sunday night she worked 2 nights. How much do you think she walked home with?
She could make anywhere $25 grand, maybe something like that. No,
$67,000.
Let's see. I'm telling you. You know why?
$7,000.
That's cash. Do you know why? Because when you're a girl, if you're hot, you got big tits, you're a good-looking girl. Those guys can't stop. My friend used to go there, and he was a mafia guy and shit. He's an ex-cop mafia guy. It's the guy that saved my ass down by the fucking when that maniac was shooting bullets in the fucking ground by Yankee Stadium. It's my friend, right? But he used to go to Scores all the time, and he would drop 10 grand there. You know what I mean, on chicks and big money. He'd spent big money, and his mother, he has an old Italian mother. She'd be like, "What are you doing? What are you spending the money all on gambling for? I keep getting all your bills. I see, 10,000 here, 10,000 there to Scores. What are you gambling on?" She thought it was gambling for, it's crazy. Do you understand? She thought because it said Scores, she didn't think it was a strip club. She thought he was like betting money, like losing money on bets.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. She got enough money to buy a house. She said that one player, and he was a basketball player, for one night said to him, "I'm going to give you $100,000 to sleep with me."
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
I mean, I think she did sleep with him. I don't know. I don't know the whole, but
Junior Vasquez would make $50,000 a night just spinning at Sound Factory.
At Sound Factory, yeah.
Spinning every night. If he worked 2 nights in a row, that's $100 grand.
That's crazy. All right, Greg, we've been over an hour already, man. It goes by quick.
It does, Joe. I feel like we've been on there like 15 minutes. It's fucking
So I hope everyone enjoys their pro cards. You guys are official members. Get your pro cards here. Your Momo University. You're now certified asshole. So that's it is in this pro card world. So everyone, thank you for watching. John Mancini, Joe Matarazzo, John Klein, John Salty.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Holly, Windward Attack. Everyone, we love you guys. Thanks for watching. Brian, Pablo, Natalia. Thank you all. Greg, I will talk to you soon, my friend.
All right, Giuseppe. Thank you guys. Love you guys, man.
Love you guys. Take it easy. All right.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron.